We want to catch you up now on the firefighter's wife murder trial going on in Indiana. This one is crazy. Elizabeth Fox-Doerr is accused of conspiracy to commit murder in the death of her firefighter husband, 51-year-old Robert Doerr, in 2019. Now, prosecutors claim that she was having an affair with co-defendant Larry Richmond Sr., who was the fiancé of her sister. Well, today, jurors watched the tape police interview with Doerr after Robert's funeral. Now, in that interview, the police press her about a phone call that she had just minutes before her husband was shot to death. Take a listen.
Maybe shot in your driveway. Becky, don't get yourself into something now. You can't get yourself out of the police.
I understand that. No, I do.
You were very so specific about everything until we got down to this. And here's the thing, lady. What happens happens. Whether you, I, or the other people that are in these rooms over here can change what happened. But you see, let me finish. Cannot change what happened. But you can change it from how it goes on here now by telling the truth. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I do.
Okay. So take a deep breath and tell us who you talked to 5 minutes before your husband was killed in your driveway getting out of his truck in the back of the head. We're asking you questions we know the answers to, Becky. And I'm telling you that. So tell us who you were talking to 5 minutes before Rob got shot. Because I'm telling you, the federal investigation, the FBI, we are looking into this as a federal crime.
And I understand that.
So who did you talk to 5 minutes before your husband was gunned down in the driveway? Becky, we know the answer. So you can let us do the talking for you, or you can do the talking for yourself. And please tell the truth. So who was it?
My sister's fiancé.
The one you don't know much about, correct?
And I don't know much about him.
Then what did you talk to him about?
Well, he wanted to know if what Rob and I were doing is coming this weekend.
So what did you talk to him about? And do not lie, because we're telling you, answering your question, we already know the answer to. We know his history. We know everything about him.
I don't know what I don't know what, I mean, I know what happened to Rob in my driveway, but I don't know who did it. I don't know, I honestly don't know who did it.
Sorry, you didn't even tell us about the conversation. We had to get to this point.
Look how long we went through this to get
I'm telling you, I didn't know he was a killer.
Look at this paperwork. Look at all that. Nothing about him calling until we pull it out of you. The longer you keep it up, the worse it looks on you.
And I understand that, but
Then tell us the truth.
I didn't know anything about that.
Tell us the truth.
I'm seeing you didn't say anything about a phone call. Do you not think that's pertinent? I'm here, we're talking to you. I rehash everything about what happened that night. You don't think I don't remember? I listened to the recording multiple times from our conversation that night. And you don't even mention it again. I go through that, you skip right over it. I don't know him that well.
I don't know him that well.
You're here for a reason. I didn't call him for here. He is here. He does an exceptional job. And guess what? Like you said, you can alter that. You can't alter that.
I'm telling you,
had every opportunity.
I didn't tell anybody to hurt my husband.
Tell us what happened. Tell us what happened.
I did not know.
You need to tell us what happened.
I did not know any. I've only met him a few times.
But you had a 5-minute conversation with him.
He basically asked what we were up to. Does Rob work this weekend?
All right, joining us to discuss, criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor David Bruno and Superior Court Judge Ashley Baker. David, I'll start with you. What do you make of that interrogation? I mean, it's almost textbook. These guys got her in a small room. They're teaming up on her. What she needs to do is say, I want to speak to my attorney, but she doesn't.
Michael, we have this conversation every single week.
Weekly, yes.
Weekly. It is unbelievable because all she had to do was say, silence, attorney. And guess what? We know the answer. We already know the answers. These interrogators knew that she made that call. And she, at the end, explains that she feared it would make her look like she had something to do with it. Well, guess what, lady? Not only does it make it look like you had something to do with it because of the call, but double time that because you lied about it. And really, the state rested today. They didn't have much more. The shooter, he didn't get tried yet, so they couldn't put him on. They had limited circumstantial evidence, and her lies, it's going to be really the glue that keeps the state's case together, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Judge, just a phone call. It was a 4-minute phone call about 5 minutes before the event happened. Just the phone call, I don't think is enough to convict her. I think it's when you lie about knowing the guy and then you lie about the conversation that you had with him and they have to get it out of you in the way we saw them getting it out of her in that interrogation. That's what sort of shuts the case for her.
Right, it pulls it all together. So this 5-minute phone call, she didn't admit about, he tells her, you know, I talked to you the night of, you didn't mention it then. We talked to you about it here, you skipped over it. But now then when we tell you we have the answers, all of a sudden you admit it. And so then it becomes a lie about what the phone call was about. And she can't remember, and she doesn't know him. And it just all doesn't make sense. And she looks much more guilty with these consistent lies and omissions. Omission can be just as much as a lie here. So I think she's really, really got a problem when you put the two things together, like you said.
Yeah, I agree. So, David, based on what you said, because I agree 100%, there's not much else to go on. Apparently, she might have been having an affair, or they believe she was having an affair with this guy who was her sister. Or they were half-sisters, not half-sisters. They were both adopted, so they weren't blood sisters, but they had a relationship. She was having an affair with him, they believe, but there's no evidence of that affair. Without this issue, the one with this interrogation, is there even a case? Can they bring the case? Can they get a conviction?
Tough case to bring for prosecutors. They have the shooter. The shooter's down in the driveway. So clearly, this defendant who's in her home is not a participant of the shooting itself. So what you have to do is you have to put them together with a conspiracy, an agreement. And that agreement's lacking. I mean, there was no other documentation. There's no other witness to show it. And it was the lie. It was the lie right before. It could be possible that there was an affair, that this guy's working on his own without the knowledge of her. But it doesn't look like it because of the lie and because of this interrogation. And yeah, I mean, these guys are getting in her face. It gets a little energetic in there. But guess what? The jury saw it. It didn't get suppressed. Jury sees it, and I think she's going down just based on what I saw right there.
Yeah, absolutely. How can she recover from that? But at the end of the day, it was, as far as I see it, what do you see, Judge? That was a legal, questioning of the tactics they used. Who knows how much they really knew? They can say they know everything.
They have the ability to say that they know it all, and that was what they did. She did not ask for an attorney. She did not ask for any assistance or to be quiet with anything. So it's out there, and the jury said, like he said, they saw it. They can't unsee it, and they can't unhear it. Yeah. So it is what it is.
Yeah, eventually she ends up saying, I didn't want this to happen. I didn't tell him to do that. Makes me think maybe there was some sort of agreement. Didn't include killing. Maybe there was something in the house she wanted him to steal, or they had agreed upon because she was struggling with money. I guess he was the guy obviously making all the money. She didn't have much money. Motive's a little bit of an issue here as well because she wasn't a beneficiary to his benefits as a firefighter. So just a lot here to work on, but I think her own words are going to do her in.
Yeah.